A Republican donor wants his damn money back. In fact, 6 figures of his damn money back. In fact, his name is John Odom. And the reason he wants his money back is because the person that he gave that $100,000 to hired one Corey Lewandowski. Yeah, I know Corey Lewandowski has his issues, but really, is it this stark? This is what's going on. He's upset because Corey Lewandowski allegedly, or at least they say, assaulted his wife at an event back in 2021. So let's go to some of this from Politico. Last week, this Louisiana illuminator reported that Landry's campaign, who's the man that he gave money to, Jeff Landry, hired Lewandowski as a political advisor and has paid Lewandowski $100,000, along with reimbursing Lewandowski with $4,332 in travel expenses since he was hired in April. Now, John Odom, the donor, is telling voters of Louisiana to reject Landry at the polls. He told the outlet that he's deeply disappointed and disgusted by Jeff Landry's decision to hire Lewandowski, and he wants his damn money back immediately. I'm not sure how often that happens, but I don't see it really happening. So Trishelle Odom, who's John Odom's wife, I think then wife, told Lewandowski, said that he stalked her during a September 2021 charity dinner in Vegas, repeatedly touched her leg and butt, and made sexually graphic remarks to her. Here's what she said to Politico. On the evening of September 26th in Nevada, I attended a dinner to support a charity and spend time with wonderful friends. He repeatedly touched me inappropriately, said vile and disgusting things to me, stalked me, and made me feel violated and fearful. I'm coming forward because he needs to be held accountable. I'm blessed to have a loving husband and family behind me. I want other women to know that you can be heard too, and together we can stop terrible things like this from happening. She also accused Lewandowski of throwing his drink at her and calling her stupid, which I assume something people would have seen and noticed and maybe jumped on his back for. I don't know, maybe this was in a hallway when no one else was there, but this was pretty extreme. And then therefore, her then husband now wants his money back because this guy's on board. Trishelle also donated to Landry as well, Jeff Landry as well, but she doesn't want her money back. Jeff Landry is not just my friend, but I believe he has been the strongest attorney general in America. He's protected children and fought for our individual rights. Jeff truly has my full and complete support for governor of the state of Louisiana. He just makes bad decisions when it comes to hiring Corey Lewandowski. And then she pointed out had assaulted her and threw drinks in her face and called her stupid. Geez, what scene was this that was happening? Landry's campaign said that they appreciate all their donors, but didn't say if they'd be returning the money, which means they're not going to be returning the money. And Lewandowski also tried to deflect this whole thing by bringing up Odom's decade-old guilty plea in 3 separate cases for white-collar crime. So in response to this whole thing about him wanting his money back, this is what Lewandowski said. I won't dignify Mr. Odom with a response. I will allow the words of Suzanne Craig, chief criminal deputy prosecutor, to speak for itself. And Suzanne Craig apparently called Odom a charismatic con artist. So at the end of this whole thing, Rayyvana, what we've got is, I guess, John Odom, who is a charismatic con artist. We've got Corey Lewandowski, who's been accused of groping, throwing drinks, and sexually explicit things, whispering in women's ears and chasing them around. And in fact, singer Joy Villa, who was famously wore that big Trump dress at, I think it was at the Grammys or something like that. She's a huge Trump supporter. She also said, because she filed a police report against Lewandowski, saying that he slapped her on the butt twice during a holiday party at the Trump International Hotel in DC. He's got a bit of a track record, but apparently the money's staying in Landry's hands.
I do love when these characters from the Trump cinematic universe that we may have forgotten come back into the news. I mean, Lewandowski is not someone who's been on my radar for a long time. I did really enjoy that he tried to compare white collar crime to what he did, which was, dude, you put hands on a woman. Like, that is not even remotely close. And he's well within his right to demand the return of his money. I thought there was some irony in her not asking for the money back. She trusts this man's judgment, like you said, but he's willing to hire this known abuser in Lewandowski. So, I mean, obviously not necessarily the best judge of character. She also said he has gone far to protect our children and preserve our individual liberties, which is a bit of an oxymoron when you realize that what she's talking about is making it harder to get abortions, which would, in my opinion, be an individual liberty, which he has restricted. But I digress. Well, she can do whatever she wants with her money, but come on now.
Yeah, some things are more important to some folks. You know, she doesn't mind her accusations of assault and drinks being thrown and all that. She doesn't worry about that because there's something that Landry will do that she's actually sees as higher up on her list. So that's who she is. John is not the same, I suppose. But I mean, I guess there's always something people are willing to give when it comes to supporting certain politicians, because nobody's perfect. But this is really far from perfect. I guess other things are more important.